Hi everyone,
Hello. Hey everyone.
Alpha and Monica here with Distill Design, and we've got Will and Chris from Site 7. And today it's Distill TV, episode number 3. So today we're going to be talking a little bit about video, and we've titled our subject The Year, No, the Decade of Video. And the reason for that is because video is not just popular now, it hasn't been around for just the past year, it's not just this buzz going around, it's been around for a long time. We just happen to be going crazy over it right now, so it's going to be so popular for the next few years to come and even longer, so I thought this would be a really hot topic to talk about today because we're nearing the end of the year and we should really all think about getting business videos done. So who better to talk about it than Site 7, the pros, and give us some tips about it. So just to give you guys a quick rundown of today, we're going to be learning about making top-notch videos, getting more leads from those videos, and talking about the personal aspect of videos because people really want video, but people also want personal, and knowing what types of videos work for you. We're going to be talking about the do's and don'ts of videos, how long the videos should and shouldn't be, the process of the video making, and so much more. Before we get started, I wanted Alfred to do some housekeeping for you guys.
Yeah, so a little bit of housekeeping here. So everybody who has registered for the Hangout, you will have gotten an email with a download. So we'll be talking about that later during the Hangout. And then for people that want to ask questions, if you're registered, you would have gotten the link to our site where you can actually ask questions through the site portal. Now, if you're watching it through YouTube or outside of the site, a good place to ask questions would be on the events page. The events page is the year no the decade of video on Facebook. You can also get that link on our business page, which is Distill Design.
I guess that is it. So, yep, so any questions we are going to be talking about later in the Hangouts, and we're going to be asking Site 7 guys directly. And so make sure that if you do have questions that you know that you can ask them now and then they'll be answered later.
Yep, just send your questions right through. We'll be monitoring them through the Hangout.
Yeah. Okay, so let me introduce our special guests for today. They are amazing. So we're actually, I've got to tell you guys, let's just be honest, these guys are doing our videos, and I cannot believe we stumbled upon them. I have no idea how we found them. Well, I do know. I met one of the partners from a networking event, and everything just kind of led up to that, and I finally met Site 7. It was just incredible. They're doing our videos. It's been the most amazing experience. We're still doing a little bit of shooting, but we had these amazing 2 days with them, and it was incredible. So if you guys are looking for anybody to do video, Site 7 is your team. But okay, enough buttering up of you guys. I've got to give some information about you. So Site 7 Productions is a full-service corporate and commercial video production company providing broadcast quality digital content at competitive pricing. We strive to, or they strive to deliver effective and creative video projects showcasing the stories and ideas that our clients have in an engaging and original way. So the importance of video in your company's promotion and growth cannot be stressed enough. And we know this because we're working with them. We know how important it is. That's why we chose them to do our video. Video allows you to communicate directly and efficiently with your audience in a fraction of the time they would traditionally spend reading text about your product or service. Now, I'm glad you guys are saying that because we're going to be talking a little bit about the difference between video and text a little bit later. So welcome, Chris and William.
Thanks for having us. Glad to be here.
Awesome. We're so excited to have you guys on. So we wanted to just dive right in and get started because I'm sure we're going to have tons of questions. And I know that we have lots of questions for you as well. So let me just pull some up. So tell us a little bit about you guys and what your roles are in the business.
Okay, so I am William Bartlett. I'm the founder and director of photography at Site 7 Productions. So I am basically in charge of anything to do with after the story has been kind of figured out, we have a concept, a plan. I go from there and kind of figure out how it's going to be shot, where the camera goes, where the lighting goes, and I kind of bring the idea to life in a sense. So that's kind of my role. And then it's kind of the head of production. I make sure it looks good. I make sure the lighting is, everything's exposed properly, everything, where the camera goes, where the lighting goes. And so it's more working with the crew, working with the story, and turning that into, visually making it look good.
Awesome.
And I'm Chris. I work as the director with Site 7. So a lot of the stuff I do is work with the clients to create a concept that sort of tells their story and make sure that their clients can get a good idea of what they're able to do in a creative way so that they can broaden their sort of scope and allow more people into their work.
Awesome. Woohoo! So glad to have you guys here. Awesome. So we've got a few questions for you. So the first one being, can you guys tell us why video is more effective than written copy?
Yeah, like video has had a huge growth in the last few years, and it's a good way to sort of show the audience a lot of information in a short amount of time. Because with sort of the attention span of people and everything being a very immediate sort of society right now with short videos and text messaging, the time that it takes to read copy on someone's website is a lot longer than it takes them to look at a video and view everything about a company in 1 minute, as opposed to going through the page and looking at pictures and reading the text. So it's like in studies, they've shown that landing pages that have video have an 800% more conversion rate than pages with just text, because people sort of put trust into video and they can see that there's people behind the scenes as opposed to someone just writing copy.
Wow, that's really high. 800%?
800%.
Oh my gosh. I had no idea. I mean, I know video is huge. I didn't know it was that huge. That's, but you know what? I believe it. I totally believe that.
Absolutely.
And it's growing so quickly too, because every few days it's just exponentially growing. Probably in a year from now it'll be 900%. So it's growing so fast. And the next, in let's say 5 years ago, it was nowhere near what it is today. Even though compared to 10 years ago, it's a huge jump. But it's growing so quickly, and it's modern, and that's how the world works nowadays.
Right. Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, that's why we're doing video. We're doing crazy amounts, and that's exactly why people want to watch video more than read something. And it's like we don't have time. We don't have time to read, right? So it just makes more sense.
Right.
So, what are the advantages of working with a team as opposed to doing videos yourself?
That's a good question.
I think there's a lot of aspects to this. I would say the biggest benefit would be you don't have to worry about it. You have the professionals handling it, as opposed to trying to do everything yourself besides what you normally do in your business. And you're pros at what you do, but you're trying to also tackle all this other stuff. So I think it's kind of just a given that if you let somebody else who knows what, they specialize in that, take over and kind of you allow them to build that side of your company for you, I think it goes a long way, and it definitely is proven to work well. So I think yeah, it's definitely something that people need, and it's one of those things where if you have where am I going here? If you have more, like for example, let's say 3 video projects that you're coming up with. You have 3 ideas. You want to shoot it all yourself. You have a camera, you have lighting, you have everything. You're trying to set it up, but you have 10 other projects going on that came in that day, that week, and you're always thinking about so many different things. You know, you're bombarded with so many projects. So I think it really falls into the place of just let them take care of it. You need a production company. You need somebody else to work with you and help you kind of tell a story. And it's way more efficient. And I think everyone is, I guess, figuring that out as well. Right? And that's kind of why we're here, because it's
yeah. If I can add to that, it saves a lot of time. It saves money. It saves a heck of a lot of money in the end.
Very efficient.
Time is money, right? So it's definitely been helping us, and we've noticed a huge difference just working with you guys for a little bit. It's crazy the amount of time we have to work on our own projects, not having to think about this.
Right.
I think you made a good point that you could have all the equipment, the lighting, and things, but when you're really trying to do a video, things can get really complicated really quick and can really throw you off. Like when we were doing our shoots with you guys, we really didn't understand the scope of how much stuff actually goes on behind the scenes to really have a good video, and that was an eye opener for us. Just all the details and
right.
Making sure that everything is on point.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I guess a good comparison, of course, would be us trying to do your job, right, and trying to brand ourselves, or another company trying to brand themselves, and it's so much better when you have a company that specializes in that, whether it be an individual or a group of people, just somebody who specializes in that, or it just goes a long way.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I always tell people that in our business, for example, if they're trying to put together their own logo or their own tagline or website, it's kind of like the same in your industry, where those people are too close to it. So how are they possibly going to know everything there is to know and have all the time and effort to do it?
Outside approach, goes on as well.
Yeah. Now that we've covered that, I think we understand the importance of a team. Now there will be people out there that want to kind of do the videos themselves anyway. I would like to know, do you guys have any tips that maybe people could use at home if, for example, they're doing several mini videos a day or per week? Is there anything that people could do at home to potentially make their videos look better? Is there anything else?
Yeah, one of the main things that they can do is to, first of all, keep it short. Make sure that your video runs around the 1 minute mark, because that'll be the time frame that people mostly have attention for. After 1 minute, you'll see people start to drop off really fast. Mm-hmm. And another important thing is make the beginning very engaging, because 20% of people will drop off in the first 10 seconds of the video. So make sure that it has that real punch at the very beginning. And another good point is with mobile devices now, iPads and iPhones, that's where most people are sort of getting their video fix. They're lying in bed or they're sitting on the couch and they have an iPad. So make sure that everything in your video is very clear. Make sure that you're not sitting very far away from the camera, because it'll be a lot harder to see on a smaller device. And 92% of mobile video viewers will share videos with others. So if you make it mobile friendly so that people can see you clearly, they can get the information clearly with good audio so that they can hear it out of the speakers on their phone or their iPad, that is probably the biggest points to make sure that you have in your video, to make sure that people share it, people enjoy it, and they come back looking for more.
Yeah, for me, I would say, it's pretty much the same thing. I would touch more on the technical side a bit. Sitting closer to your camera will pick up naturally better audio because you're closer to the microphone. So people tend to try to set up the frame, and that's just what they're thinking about, and they don't really think about audio. And audio is very, very important. If I would say it's as important as the video part, and if not more. It's the content. It's what you hear. The visual. It used to be all radio, right? So it's kind of talking, explaining, and hearing is very important. So sitting close to the camera definitely helps if you're not using a microphone. And if you don't have access to lighting, do it in the day and sit near a window. And position the window kind of in front of you and off to the side of it, and just to give you some nice light on the side, and that'll definitely add production value to your work. And that is the biggest thing, just properly exposed footage and enough light.
So for those of you that did register for the event and you have the worksheet, this one right here, I've been making my notes. So there's an area there for the keys to great video, and I think we'll probably touch on that a little bit more later as well. But I've been writing my tips here for you guys, like if you want to do some video at home. So just to recap what you guys said, keeping the video short, generally a minute is enough. Keep it engaging because you have, what was it, Chris, that you said, 10 seconds?
Yeah, the first 10 seconds.
First 10 seconds, okay. And then keeping the video clear, so a lot of clarity in the video, making sure that the quality is there, especially because of mobile devices. So making sure that you're close to the camera, and so there's clarity and there's audio. And then sitting near a window if you don't have proper lighting, so that you can get that natural light coming in. Does that cover it, guys?
Yeah, I believe so. We can touch a bit on that in
awesome.
Later on, but yeah.
Okay, cool.
Oh, lighting. Yeah.
From the window.
From the window.
Yeah. I mentioned that. That was my last point.
Okay.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so we've got a few more questions from you guys here. The next one being, I think this is a really important one.
Yeah,
a lot of people, they don't know if they necessarily need video. So we wanted to know, are there certain businesses that would benefit more from video than others? Do we all need video?
I think we definitely all need video. I think everyone can benefit from it at some point. I think a lot of older companies are starting to realize that now, whereas all the newer companies started in the last 5 years, they are already using video, and they've already started at least trying themselves to create their own videos, whether that's actual somebody speaking to the camera or just sort of animation stuff. But either way, I think everyone needs video, and that's like I said before, it's modern. It's the way the world is going, and everyone needs to stay connected. And with social media nowadays, it's so important to be connected with everything. And with video, you can do that. Somebody sees it, they see all this information basically on a page. That can all be summed up into a 1-minute video, and it's quick, it's efficient, and yeah, I truly believe everybody can benefit from video.
Okay, awesome.
You can touch a bit on that?
Yeah, there was a study from the Online Publishers Association that said 80% of internet users recall watching a video ad on a website they visited in the past 30 days. And of that 80%, 46% took some action after one of the many things that came along with the study. Like 22% visited the website named in the ad, and 12% purchased the specific product featured in the ad. So a lot of people, if you do something that has online shopping, that's a huge part of your business, is to have video, because 90% of online shoppers found video helpful in making purchases and decisions.
Mm-hmm.
And 64% of viewers are more likely to make a purchase in an online store after viewing a video. So it gives people confidence about the product, because online shopping is really big right now. And one of the things that people sort of get afraid of is not being able to try on the shirt, or not being able to see the product before buying it. And video is really helping people get more comfortable with that, because they can see the product from different angles. They can see the person wearing it. If they're the same size as them, they can see how it fits on the person. If it's like clothing, if it's say a cake shop, they can see sort of the designs of the cake in video form as opposed to just picture form. So they can see from all different angles. They can see how it was made. Like, there's a personal connection that comes with video that you can't get in other ways.
Okay, that makes sense.
So you really see the product in context. You can see it from a life, almost a larger than life perspective when you're seeing it in video, and it's really allowing people to have more confidence with it.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Find the end product. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Any more questions? I've got tons.
Okay. So, when hiring a video team, what should one look for?
Yeah.
I think the most important thing is do your research. Check out the videos they've done. Um, try to find out the crew members are going to be bringing, like how many people they're going to be bringing. Is it just one person? Which is fine. There are some projects that only need one videographer, but typically in our experience, when people collaborate together, especially like specifically talking about industry professionals like filmmakers, when they collectively work together, you just end up getting bigger projects. And if you go on the big end scale of, let's say, Hollywood productions, there's sometimes 50 to 100 crew members, and obviously, corporate and the commercial world, it's a lot smaller than that, but you still need rate something great, and it starts with somebody writing the idea, and that's one person. Then you have another person worrying about sound. You have another person worrying about the lighting and the camera work, and then you have another person telling the story in the edit. So I think it's important in our experience, anyways, that finding a company that has been around for a little bit, has a lot of projects to show, that you like their work, that you've seen, and that it's not just one person.
Mm-hmm.
That would be my advice: is try to do that research ahead of time, and instead of just jumping in and picking somebody.
I think one of the things, if I may add, that was really important for us in choosing a video company, and as you guys know, we chose Site 7. For that, it was because all of those reasons above was very important, but also these guys for us, they were really cool. They were people that we could actually talk to and be very open with, and you could tell them anything. They knew all the things we were kind of scared about, the confidence issues we might have had,
Right.
and I think that's very important to find a company that you're able to actually talk to about that.
You need to be comfortable with them, and both sides need to be very open and kind of transparent. And I believe, that's very true. That's very true. You got to be comfortable with everything.
Yeah, we were a little too comfortable with you guys.
No, that's a good thing. That's a good thing.
Yeah, I think that's very important, as well as sort of, like Will was saying, look at the videos and the portfolio that they've produced, because there's a lot of video companies that will try to do everything and not specialize in one type of video, which maybe isn't their strong point. If your company, like a design company, you might have different problems that you're facing that you're trying to get over, that a company that deals with commercial and corporate video can take care of. But when there's a company that does only real estate videos, and they might be cheaper to do a corporate video, you might not get the same result out of it, because they're used to sort of like going to a house and filming a house, and they do that extremely well, but they can't tell a company's story as well as a company that maybe charges a little more but uses their portfolio and all of the work that they've done as a backbone of how to help your business grow.
Right, and in the commercial world, at least, or the corporate world, promotional videos telling the story of companies, that's the idea, right? It's all about that story and the idea behind them. So that's a good point. Saying, talking about some like a real estate company who also does corporate videos, that's probably a big no because of that exact reason. They're able to film beautiful shots. They're able to edit it, and it's a great video. It's very professional, but it's missing that storytelling aspect, and that is so huge.
Absolutely.
So there's this thing going around, and we're calling it testimonials. We tell a lot of our clients that it's really great to get testimonials for their companies, so that it helps promote, gives brand recognition. Can you guys tell us the importance of having a testimonial on video as opposed to having it written?
I think it's just more personable. It's you see the person, you see it comes across a lot more real, I think. reading text, it's just like receiving a text message from a friend. Sometimes it can sound worse than it is, or it can sound better than it is. Like, it's kind of all over the place through text. Whereas in the video, it's very, you can understand emotion a lot easier, and it's real. It's an interaction.
Yeah, it gives a prospective client confidence to see someone talking about the work that you did for them, but also it gives them context because they can see the kind of work that you did for them. Like some of the testimonials that we've shot in the client's location, so you can see what our client had done for them as a way to sort of show their work at the same time, as opposed to a testimonial on a white background of them just speaking to camera talking about the kind of work that they had done for them.
Actually, that's a really good point, because that gives even more relevance to the testimonial when you're in that client's atmosphere and the environment. I never really thought of it that way. That's pretty cool.
Absolutely. And you're also hitting 3 different senses when you're watching the testimony on video. You're actually seeing the person, you're hearing the first person, you're getting the engagement of that person as well.
Right.
Whereas, like, if you have a written testimonial with maybe pictures or something, it can have some of the same effect, but you still don't get the warmth of the emotion of the person giving the testimonial, because it's a very dry form text. So you don't get the way that they're talking, you don't get the passion in their voice about how much they loved working with the company that they're doing the testimonial for.
Okay. Awesome. Now there's we've covered a lot of tips on great video, and we'll probably talk a little bit about it in a little bit as well. But I wanted to talk about things we should avoid in video. And I know that you guys have some examples that you wanted us to show of bad video versus good. So maybe we can kind of tie that into this if it's okay with you. Just let me know. But definitely let's talk a little bit about first what to avoid in video.
Sure. Actually, if you want to start, I'm going to load some stuff.
Like we were discussing a little bit earlier, some of the things that you want to avoid are the long intros or long videos. Because if you have a video for your company that's, say, 5 to 10 minutes, and you have really important information at the end, only a small % of the viewers will make it to the end of the video unless the entire video is completely engaging. And it's a long-form video, which in today's day and age is hard to get people to pay attention for that long. It does happen, but it needs to be a very special video and a very special story. And with videos, some people will do like slideshows of pictures of their work as opposed to video. So it'll be just a video form of pictures, which doesn't give the same angles and the same feel and movement. So the example that we were telling you about with the company, when you watch it, you can see that nothing really happens in the first 30 seconds. It's just like a title and then their logo, and 30 seconds has gone by, and you still haven't seen any of the work. You haven't seen any of the information about the company. And it's not as engaging as having testimonials and sort of showing the work in a grand view. They're using just pictures in this video, for example, and it's just a slideshow throughout the whole thing.
And I don't believe there's any voiceover either.
No.
So for visual purposes, do you want us to show that video now so we can kind of see it?
And then we can talk about it.
Awesome. Awesome. Okay. So just remind me, it's the...
This is the ME contracting slideshow, I believe.
Is it the one with the blue screen?
It should be.
Yeah, okay, great. So I am going to share my screen. Bear with me, guys. Share. And just let me know that you do see it. Do you see the blue screen?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Let's get that at play.
they're talking to the
Ooh, almost started again there. Was that the right video, guys?
Yes, yes.
Can you tell us a little? Oh, wait. Let me turn off my screen share. Okay. Oh, stop sharing. Okay. So tell us a little bit about what was not so great with that video.
So I think it kind of takes a while to get to the point of what they do. You know, you have a huge intro where it's just nothing's really going on. It's almost just template based, you know, graphics, and you can tell it's kind of like when you're making a DVD, for example, and you just choose the basic default selection and you burn the DVD, and that's kind of it. There's no real message in it. It's just what it is, and 20 seconds go by, and then the logo comes up, and okay, oh, that's what it is. So, but what do they do? And then it transitions into one photo, and you're like, oh, okay, so I guess something to do with the backyard, and there's no real connection with actually what they do. And I think, along with no real connection with what they do, it's also you're just showing a couple photos every so often, and it's just not very engaging. You kind of get bored of it after a while, and I think that's probably another big part of it too.
Okay. I think, yeah, you touched on messaging there, which is super important because no matter how long your video is or how short it is, if there isn't a clear message in there, it's pretty much useless, right?
Right.
Yeah. So I think there is actually a video that you wanted us to play that is showing the good version of that. Is
right.
There?
So we worked with them after they released this video, and we went to, funny enough, the same location that the slideshow from that video there. So you'll see the difference between what the video looks like with a slideshow compared to the testimonial and the video that we shot at the same location, mixed in with more locations and a good idea of what they do, because that video sort of touches on the decks that they do and the landscaping and the brickwork, whereas they do a lot more than that. And in the video that we produced for ME Contracting, you can get an idea done for the clients and the type of work that they do in general.
Right, and so besides that, you have testimonials. You have the voiceover, which is directly a written script voiced to that basically lays over the whole 1 minute and I believe 20 seconds or whatever, however long it is. And so there's just so many different aspects to the video, the second video they had done, as opposed to the first. And so yeah, you can go ahead and show it, and then afterwards we can talk a bit about how we put that together.
Let's play that. I'm just going to share my screen again. Yeah. You guys see the video there on YouTube?
Yes.
Awesome.
ME Contracting is Toronto's premier landscaping company offering high-quality outdoor solutions for pools, decks, and interlocking brickwork. Our close attention to detail and commitment to excellence sets ME Contracting apart from competitors. With our in-house designers and architect, we are a full-service landscaping company that'll take your yard renovation from concept to completion on time and on budget.
My experience with ME Contracting has been incredible. They have been professional and clear in their communications. They did a great job.
Working with Ed 10 and the boys was a pleasure. They did a fabulous job. I'm very pleased with the results. I'm really going to enjoy using this backyard now.
Working with ME Contracting was a very smooth process. They made a point of trying to help me and my husband along the way of making decisions. We were undergoing another renovation, so having somebody else make decisions on your behalf was very much a relief. And I have, and in the future will recommend them to my friends and family.
It was run down, and now we have a beautiful new deck and railings, and I feel that the people at ME Contracting did a great job, and they were very open and honest with us the whole way through.
To find out how we can help you create the yard of your dreams, visit our website at mecontracting.ca or give us a call at 416 238-6700. ME Contracting, your outdoor solutions.
Wow.
Oh, mackerel.
Well, one thing I noticed was the music.
Right. So just one note quickly. According to Ali, who was watching on the webinar, she says that the video wasn't showing. So I don't know if anyone was able to see it. Hopefully they did.
I don't mind showing it again. Let's see.
It looks like that one worked, but the slideshow, the first video, seems like it didn't work.
Right. And it was also a bit laggy, so maybe if you could post the links afterwards to people.
Oh, yeah. Actually, we will. We'll send an email so that you guys can see the before and after. Absolutely.
Right, perfect.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So, see, I could just watch video all day. I'm like, let's just watch it again. Okay, cool. So tell us a little bit about, I know you mentioned a few key things that you did include in this video. One of the things we noticed was the music, big time, and of course the testimonial, and it was so super clear. Is there anything else that you guys did differently for this?
I think visually, cutting to tons and tons of what's called B-roll, where it's accompanying footage that kind of fits and talks and shows visually what the voice is talking about, and just being able every few seconds to show exactly what they're talking about. I think that goes a long way, and it's just you get to see different properties, you get to see the textures and the close, the wides of the yard, and it brings you into the house, into the backyard basically, and it's you're there basically.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Okay. I think I got that sense from it too. It actually seemed much more inviting. Like I wanted to do business with this company. As
right.
Before in the other video, I wasn't really sure what was going on, and I kind of wanted to turn it off.
Right.
It was very lively.
Yeah,
right?
this is very
it had emotion. It had more. It just was better to look at it in general.
And that's the power of amazing video, right? I mean, that's the whole point of the Hangout. Is we all know that this is really important to do, but there's one thing to do really bad, shitty video, but there's one thing to do amazing video, and what an impact that would make. So, I mean, in my book, if you're gonna do shitty video, just don't do it at all. That's my opinion. Like, you might as well do it really well, and you're gonna make more money. You're gonna save time. And you're gonna save time and money getting a team, but you're also gonna save money and time getting it done right, and just getting really good video out there into the world to get your brand awareness out. And I mean, I know from experience, it works so much better. So yeah. I actually just wanted to check in to see if you guys had questions that you're sending in, because I do have I think Alpha, you do too, right? We have a few more questions that we wanted to ask you guys, but wanted to see if whoever's in on the Hangout, if you could start posting some questions. I see one or two coming in. Any questions that you guys have that have come up throughout the Hangout, or you've been thinking about it up until this Hangout, just post them, and we'll have them answered for you live here with Chris and Will. So in the meantime,
just 1 second here. So we have a guest appearance.
Oh, you?
Yes, we do. So here's Andrew. He's
hey,
hey, Andrew.
It's like Saturday Night Live when you go to the news segment and they just roll in the guest.
Oh, that's great. So this is Andrew, and so you're a partner with Site 7, and thank you so much for coming in. This is great. Actually, this is how we know Site 7 is because I went to a networking event and met Andrew there, and the rest is history. It just all kind of came together.
Yeah. God love those 7 a.m. breakfasts.
Yeah. Great. So what we're talking about now is just to encourage people to write some questions in, and if there's anything that's been pressing or they needed some information on some tips or comments they want to make. And we have some more questions for you guys, but in the meantime, I actually just wanted to check in on, I know there's another video link that you wanted me to play. Is that something, what was that video about? Is that something we should be playing?
I think if it's going to give us some issues with the playback, we can more or less just talk about it and then provide the link afterwards.
Sure.
Okay.
It was a very viral video, so I'm assuming everyone's already seen it anyway. Yeah, you can touch on that, I guess.
Yeah, it's a viral promotional video for the Dollar Shave Club. We can try to play it in a minute and see how it comes across, but it's a good example of a promotional video for a company because it's short. It tells you everything you need to know about the company, primarily the quality of the blades that you would get from them. It's a monthly subscription that you pay for, and then every month they shave or they send you shaving equipment like razors. Tells you everything that you need to know. It's very entertaining, which made everyone share it, and it sort of shows you the benefits of the company in a very funny way of helping people get jobs, and it's just a very entertaining video for everyone to watch.
Genius marketing.
Yeah.
Will this be a great way to make a video go viral, like doing what they did in this video?
Oh, definitely.
Okay.
By keeping it short, by keeping it very entertaining and engaging, because there's no real breaths in it. You watch it from beginning to end, and there's just information the whole way through that just keeps you glued to the screen.
Okay. Awesome. Let's give that a shot. Because if you can't see the screen, at least you'll hear the audio. So give me 1 sec, guys. I'm gonna try to show that. Okay.
Okay.
Share screen. Okay. Do you see that?
Yep.
Awesome. Give that a play.
Hi, I'm Mike, founder of DollarShaveClub.com. What is DollarShaveClub.com? Well, for $1 a month, we send high-quality razors right to your door. Yeah, $1. Are the blades any good? No. Our blades are f***ing great. Each razor has stainless steel blades, an aloe vera lubricating strip, and a pivot head. It's so gentle a toddler could use it. And do you like spending $20 a month on brand name razors? 19, go to Roger Federer. I'm good at tennis. And do you think your razor needs a vibrating handle, a flashlight, a back scratcher, and 10 blades? Your handsome-ass grandfather had 1 blade and polio. Looking good, pop-up! Stop paying for shave tech you don't need. And stop forgetting to buy your blades every month. Alejandro and I are going to ship them right to you. We're not just selling razors, we're also making new jobs. Alejandro, what were you doing last month?
Not working.
What are you doing now?
Working.
I'm no Vanderbilt, but this train makes hay. So stop forgetting to buy your blades every month and start deciding where you're going to stack all those dollar bills I'm saving you. We are DollarShaveClub.com, and the party is on.
And one of the most important things in video that I don't think we've touched on is the call to action at the end. Like, the whole point of the video is to get people to your website or to buy your product. So they do a great example there where multiple times they say who they are, where you can find them, what they do, and then at the end with the website and the giant logo, like, come get your razors today.
Yeah. And I particularly like the shave time, shave money. I thought that was pretty cool. So I think it's safe to say that having that message is really, really important. And I think is that their tagline?
Yeah, I think so.
I believe so. All right.
That's fantastic.
Wow.
Now, the reason I love this video is because I wanted to share it. Not because I cared about saving money on shaving or anything like that, but I thought it was freaking hilarious, and I just wanted my friends to share in that enjoyment. Now, if you do that for your organization and you take something that people will enjoy, and because it doesn't take much, it's not a creative genius, it's not, it wasn't a lot of, crazy camera work. This is something that you can film in a few hours and with a few takes and put it together. But if you give somebody that they're going to enjoy and be entertained with, they're going to remember it. They're going to share it. And there's nothing better in marketing than a video, but than a video that everybody wants to share with everybody else. So when you're thinking about your videos and your concepts, I mean, go crazy, push the limits. Don't be afraid to go with the masses and keep it safe. Do something different, and it's going to be recognized. And because it's different and recognized, so is your business. Everyone's going to know Dollar Shave Club, funny video. You got to check it out. some people in that group of people that love that video will actually click through and say, I actually want to get my razors through them. So go ahead and push the limits, and don't be afraid to say, I want to be different, and how can I be different? And sometimes it's not the politically correct route to go. Sometimes it's pushing the envelope and being smart about it. I mean, some of the funniest comedians of the world are the people that are just super intellectual. So you feed on people's brains and their education, and you can make something really funny and stand out without being raunchy, and that's the best part about that video.
Yeah, I think that's a good point, because thinking outside the box, you have the ability instantly to people notice it. People, when they see the videos like this, where it's like they don't know what's going to happen next. It's the next 10 seconds is completely different from the last 10 seconds. And thinking outside the box, I think, is, as Andrew mentioned, it's very important, and that's how you get noticed. So.
And I know we're all about getting noticed. And actually, there's this thing we keep telling people: you have less than 2 seconds to get noticed.
Right. And there's so much competition too.
Yeah.
There's just millions and millions of videos. Like, for example, here's a stat. More than 70 hours of video is uploaded to YouTube every minute. And that is just an unbelievable number. And
did you say more than 7 hours?
More than 70 hours.
70 hours.
Hours is uploaded every minute. More than. So, I mean, I believe this was an earlier 2014 stat, so, I mean, it's probably 80 by now. It's just unbelievable how much content is actually out there, and so it's hard to get noticed, and thinking outside the box will get you there.
Basically, if you take the old adage of a photo's worth 1,000 words, the new adage is a minute of video is worth 1,000,000 words, and that's how much you can impact your audience.
Holy mackerel.
So, do we have any questions out there?
Yeah, no, we're just actually looking at them right now. We do have. Okay, so let me just close that. Okay, so what do we have here? Okay. Oh, okay, so are there any secrets to making the video go viral? I think
there are a lot of secrets, but
yeah.
It's funny because you could put something with I saw this viral video the other day, and it was this little Oriental kid singing the Frozen soundtrack, and then at the end of it he sneezes, and it's not even the impact of this little boy singing Frozen, but then he sneezes and he's just covered with booger, and it went viral, right? That's the thing. Like there is no secret behind it. There isn't a guaranteed surefire way. People are going to be entertained with the most disgusting things. People are going to be entertained with the most political things. They say you never talk about sex, politics, rock and roll, drugs, but that's what's breaking the masses, and that's what's getting through to people. And whether it's raunchy or tasteful or funny or educational, there is no secret. A viral video is just going to be based on how many people find it entertaining enough to share it, and that's it. You want to create content that somebody just wants to say, hey, take a look at this. Because if they do that, then 2 people do that, and so on and so on and so on. So the secret is, there is no secret. Just push the envelope and have fun.
Include lots of cute animals.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you apply to universal emotions, it's a good way of sort of reaching a lot of people. Like, I think a lot of companies will go into making a video and try to get a video viral but talk only about themselves. Where, like, for example, last Christmas, WestJet made a video where they gave presents to an entire flight of people, which applied to a lot of people's emotions and made them share it around Christmas time. And it wasn't about WestJet, it was about these passengers on the flights that were getting these presents and their stories. It was about the daughter who hasn't seen her mom in 5 years and was flying home and got a free flight to go see her mother. It was about like a kid that was sick in Calgary, and WestJet paid for the father to go visit the kid and the mother at the Ronald McDonald House. It applies to emotions, but there's still branding in it so that people know that WestJet cares, but the video isn't about WestJet and how WestJet is a great airline. It's showing their customer service, and that is what applies to a lot of people, and that's what made it very shareable and, in my opinion, go viral.
Yeah, people can connect with that, right? It's easy to connect with. It's easy to feel emotion because of the video and what they're doing, as opposed to just hearing stats about, you know, their company and how well they did last year.
Now, that said, looking back at the video, it really sucked for the guy that just, you know, was kind of a smartass about it and said, "Oh, I just want a new pair of underwear," because everybody else got free flights and TVs, and so. But everybody's different, and everybody's needs are different, and it just goes to show that no matter how small or how big your individual needs are, you can get what you need.
Cool. Thanks for that, guys. We have time for another question, just one more, and then the rest we'll have to answer maybe on the forum or send via email after. But we have another question here. It's a running gag now, so it's it's all about being famous. So what's the fastest way to become famous with video?
But first of all, get me in your video, and that's going to go.
Studies show that I had, successful brands tend to have 50% more videos than their competitors. So if you're always making videos, you have a bigger chance of sort of catching on and getting a following. Because if you look at the top 100 brands on YouTube, they're making videos every week, if not more. And there's lots of channels of companies that had a good video 3 years ago, but didn't continue to make videos, and nobody watches their videos, nobody subscribes to the channel anymore.
Right.
So I think the quickest way to get YouTube famous, let's say, is to always be making videos and really connect with your audience. Always check the comments. If people are commenting, they are showing an interest. So always reply to the comments, make sure that you connect on social media, make sure that you're always engaged with the people, because they are the ones that are most likely to share and to get other people involved.
Yeah, even if that just means doing video blogs where it's just you sign on and talk for 30 seconds every second day or something, you know, talking about your company, that goes a long way too. It's just staying connected with people. Everything is social media nowadays, and staying connected, a part of that network.
Fame is easy, guys. It really is just coming down to the old adage of content is king. But nowadays, content being king isn't enough. It's consistent content and engagement. So continuously, to kind of take up what Chris said, take those ideas, make videos as often as possible, and you can do a dozen in a day. You can do half a dozen in a day and spread it out over 3 or 4 weeks, where you release one a week or 2 a week. But engage with your audience as they react to the video. Don't get discouraged when 20 people saw your video and 10 of them were your friends, or 5 of them were friends that your mom told to go watch your video. Don't get discouraged with that, because that's small engagement. But as your engagement continues, as your consistency becomes more prevalent in the fact that people know you're going to release a new video this week, and you allude to that, then they'll come back, right? And when they come back and they see you're consistent, now they have a following. Now you have a branding. It says, oh, I know so-and-so is going to put out a video this week on this topic that I love. I'm going to go check that out. I'm going to go see what's going on. And then I'm going to share that. And then, you know what, you surprise me and hit me with something that is just so mind-blowing and pushes the envelope and really gets me entertained, and then I'm going to share that. So fame is easy because all you're doing is being consistent. And if you maintain your consistency, you're going to explode. It's only a matter of time. So the key to all that and the secret to all of it is just be patient. Because it will happen. It's just going to come down to how consistent you are.
Well, awesome. So just maintain consistency. Always pop out the videos, and make sure to engage with the people as well that are commenting or posting or asking questions.
Mm-hmm. You got it.
Right. Okay.
That is awesome.
Are there any other questions that maybe I know we only had time for one more. Actually, I don't think we have any more time. Let's answer them after.
Yeah.
Okay. So there is something special that Site 7 wanted to do for you guys as the people that registered, as the listeners. So there's a really awesome offer, and it's 30% off your first video with Site 7, which is huge. Holy crap! Where's our discount? That's awesome. That's okay. Actually, I don't want one. I want to pay you guys more. You guys are too good. So 30% off your first video. So you guys can actually contact them at contact@site7.com. That's SIGHTSEVEN. So contact@site7.com. Use the promo code Distilled TV, which is DISTILLED TV. You can also give Site 7 a call directly at 647-347-2020. So, folks, take it from us. If you really you're ready to move into that next phase of your business and you want some amazing video, contact these guys. We're working with them. It's going to be a really long working relationship with them for the next few decades, and we're really excited about it. So we definitely hear it from us. We are promoting them. Definitely contact them. They're awesome. And hopefully we'll do another hangout in the future. If you guys have, like hangout for video, I mean, if you guys have any other questions, maybe we can touch on that in another hangout down the road. And also if you have comments on this hangout or questions that you want answered today, then shoot us an email at distillme@distilleddesign.ca.
You can also post more questions on the event page. We'll still be monitoring that, and we'll be posting answers on there as well.
Yeah. So we just wanted to thank you guys so much. Any last comments?
Get your videos done.
Get your videos done, people.
Thanks, guys. Have a great day.
Thank you guys at Site 7. Bye.
Bye.